Hello, council members. Thank you for being here this afternoon. My name is Ashley Jenkins, and I had vocalized my concerns about the sand last month when you had spoken about adding the BERM. We're spending $24 million. We've remediated the sand in the terms of removing objects and organic matter without calling what we found, right? We've removed that from the beaches, but we are very aware that the Gulf of Mexico That's okay. We're very aware that the Gulf of Mexico has faced impairments. Okay, so the Gulf of Mexico has faced impairments after the hurricane, right? We had debris out there, we had organic matter, we had cases. There were 20 deaths in Lee County. We had one death counted in Collier County for the V. vulnificus, and I've spoken to that to various members in council. We have been on a hunt, we meaning Shelley McKernan and myself, as two local advocates for clean water in the county. We have spoken with many individuals. We've reached out to pollution control in the city. We've tried to get in contact with Rhonda Watkins, who's been tasked with taking up red tide in our county. To no avail, she has been unreachable. And knowing what we know about the sand and looking into it, coming from an academic background in science, we've looked at how does one test, because you have sand that's filtering water down into the ground, but turning it over simply is not alleviating the problem. We are one of the renowned areas for tourism. What you manage on this board is our tourism tax that comes from people who travel down here so that we can dedicate that to our beaches. People come for our beaches. This is something that I feel has been swept under the rug by many people in our county, and I'm not here to point fingers at you. I'm here to ask you, please. Hydrogen peroxide is one of the most simple, cheapest natural ingredients, and it can do wonders to disinfect pathogens such as fungus and bacteria, right? No one's paying attention to that. That was brought to my attention from Councilmember Petronoff in the city when we met with her earlier this week. We also have an ecological labs that's out of Cape Coral. They have options of biological materials that can be put on the sand for a very economical rate. They have multiple uses. We're using them within Swan Lake, so they've already gone through our city's processes at this time. These are things that, as somebody who's advocating for the health of our water and the fundamental success of our county, this is our prized cash cow, our beaches. And I used to go to our beaches daily to walk. I have not been on our beaches knowing what I know about the sand and the health of it, specifically since the hurricane happened. The one time I had to go to the beach, I had duck boots on. I won't put my feet in the sand. I have seen with my own eyes people's feet that have been contaminated after being on the beaches with flesh-eating bacteria. That's just one of the many pathogens that's out there afflicting people. I had residents contact me this weekend asking me, what are you doing for local advocacy in the county? The beaches smell horrendous. Now that's a culmination of red tide killing animals and that wash up occurring on our beaches, but it's also the debris that has never been handled. We had Category 3 waste that hit our entire area, from Everglades City with an impaired water treatment plant all the way up to Clearwater Beach, right? And so for us to have that erroneous situation that dilution is the solution and that it'll just go away, that's something that we can't focus on anymore. And I thank you for listening to me today.
Okay, thank you. I would offer the same comments to you that I did to the last speaker. Your concerns are similar, not exactly the same, but similar. And we would certainly invite you to join us as we resurrect the water quality evaluation of the sort you're talking about. If you think that would be useful, we'd be pleased to have you. Okay. Yeah, thank you. Bob, do you have something to say?